Hey everybody, this is Cathy from Whole Home and Body Health, and today I wanted to talk to you about camping and how to avoid EMFs while camping. So when I'm working with people, and I'm often working with very electrically hypersensitive people, I'm always recommending that they get off grid and go camping to see if their symptoms improve. Also, I'm just a huge fan of getting out into nature. It's one of the absolute best things that we can do for our health, getting out into nature and connecting with nature. And also to give your body the ability to recuperate from all of the EMFs that we're exposed to in our cities and in our modern world and in our homes. So right now, I'm actually at a campground just outside of Fort Collins, Colorado. In addition to building biology and nutrition work, I do historic preservation in the summers for a nonprofit called HistoriCorps. And right now I am working on a historic building near Fort Collins, and I'm at this campground, which I will show you here. So it's really beautiful, but you will see that in this case, we're actually kind of in the front country. So in a lot of our preservation work, we're in the back country. We're 100% off the grid. We have to hike into our sites, and I know that there's never going to be any EMFs because we're in the middle of nowhere. In this case, however, we are in a campground, and we're actually in there's houses nearby. So we do have cell towers nearby, and we have electrical hookups. So a lot of the campers here are in trailers, and there are electrical hookups for those trailers. So this campground is wired. So obviously, as I want to be camping in nature off grid, when I come to a campground that is wired, that might not be the case. There may be a lot of EMFs around. So I just wanted to show you some things that I found. And I'm bringing this to your attention because you need to be aware of this. If you want to go camping and you want to get off grid, you need to be aware of what kind of campground you're going to. Hopefully you're going, into the backcountry, you're hiking with a backpack, and you're bringing your tent with you instead of car camping where you've got electrical hookups. Not that this is bad. This is great. This is wonderful to get outside and get out into nature, but you need to know what you're getting yourself into. So as I've been here for about 3 weeks now, and we have a lot of volunteers that help us out on our jobs here. And the first week I was here, a couple of the volunteers were like, man, I'm really not getting that great of sleep. And I noticed the same thing. I noticed that my sleep was very interrupted, and I was waking up multiple times in the middle of the night, and I thought, why is this happening when I'm out in nature, I'm doing what I love, I should be sleeping really well. So because these campgrounds are wired, I thought I want to take some readings and I want to see what's happening here. So I got out my NFA meter, and I wanted to see if we had high electrical readings. Because we're wired, I thought that the electric readings might be elevated. And what I found was the electric readings were actually relatively low. I'm at 1.8. It's fluctuating a little bit, and I'm holding it, so it's not that accurate, but 1.5 volts per meter. If I put that meter down, I'm getting about 3.1, 3.6, 2.1, 1.9. It's fluctuating a little bit, but that's relatively low. I wasn't that concerned about that. But then I decided to test the magnetic fields just to see what was going on. And I'm finding I've got pretty high readings. Right here, I've got 2.9, 3 milligauss. Now, according to building biology guidelines, we want that number to be under 0.2, under 0.2 milligauss. And what I'm finding is, as I walk around this campground, I'm getting anywhere from 1 to 5 milligauss. It's kind of crazy. I haven't experienced this before. As I'm moving around and as I get to the ground, this number typically is getting higher. So if I put the meter on the ground right here, so you can see that I'm getting about almost 4 milligauss right by this volunteer's tent, which is way too high. And of course that's going to create poor sleep. So the takeaway here is I want you guys to know what you're getting into when you're, trying to get off grid, you're trying to go camping. Be aware of if the campground is wired. I would avoid those if you can. If you can't, have a meter, and I've got some meters. I'll link to some meters down below, some meters that you can take with you that, aren't quite the professional level, but meters under $200 that you can afford, so that when you're pitching your tent, you can choose the best place for you. So in this situation, there are spots that are about 1 milligauss, and there's spots that go up to 5 or 6 milligauss. Obviously, you want to choose the lower amount. 1 milligauss is still relatively high, but it's way better if you can make a choice to be in the lower area than in the higher area. So it's always good to have a meter so that you can make the best decisions for you. Now, I'm here for an entire month, so it's really important for me, if you were here for one night, let's say, and you didn't have your meter, oh well, that's the way it goes. But if you're someone like me and you're sleeping here for an entire month, I want to absolutely make the best decision that I can make. So it's important for me to test and to have my meters so that I can do that. So that's pretty much all I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Questions, please leave them below. I'm always happy to answer questions, give you more information, and help you guys out. So please subscribe to my channel if you found this helpful, and watch my other videos so that I can continue to give you more information. Thank you so much, everybody, and have a great day. Bye.